Hey, social media family, it's your girl Danielle Spencer. I wanted to do a really quick video to both wish everyone a happy new year. Welcome to 2026. I'm very excited, and to do a reflection on 2025 for me personally. Well, in 2025, I had three goals for myself, which was to get more involved, to get healthy or healthier, and to expand my business. So, how did I do? Well, I'll put it this way. Those are going to be my goals for 2026. As far as getting involved, I really wasn't able to get more involved, like time-wise, as I anticipated or expected. Um, I was able to join a couple of other organizations, but I wasn't, from a time perspective, I just really didn't have the time to get more involved. Um, get healthy. Now, the one goal or one thing that I accomplished that was able to accomplish that will help me with that goal, I believe in 2026, is that I was able to retire early from the federal government. Um, that environment was extremely toxic for me. It was so toxic that I was having a lot of medical issues. Um, and until I left, and now I would say I think my information is now like permanent or fixed where I'm actually like look at my documents where I am actually retired from the federal government. Now I believe in 2026, I will be able to actually work on getting healthier because I won't be involved or really in such a toxic environment. And I believe not dealing with the constant retribution or what I believe were individuals looking for ways to sabotage my career or to make me ineligible for the security adjudication process. So I believe that now that I'm completely disassociated, that my body can really start to heal and I can really focus on getting healthy in 2026. One of the things I think I said in my last video was that in 2025, that was like the first year that I didn't have to have any anesthetic procedure. Well, on the last day, on the 31st, I actually had to have a procedure to remove a mole. One of my doctors was a little concerned because the mole was changing shape. And for those of you who don't know, anytime you have any type of uh, mole or anything on your body, it's always best to ask a dermatologist about it. For if you have moles and if they change shape or change color or anything like that, it could be a precursor to skin cancer. So the first thing they'll want to do is to remove the mole and then biopsy it. So that was the procedure that I had on the 31st, the last day of 2025. But other than that, I didn't have to have any other type of procedures. And for me, um, for 11 years, I had to have some type of anesthetic procedure at least once a year. And it was usually, I want to say for 11 years, one where I had to have general anesthesia, where I had to be asleep, and at least one or two other procedures where you just got a local anesthetic. And like they numbed the area and kind of did what was done on the 31st, which was to remove the item, get it biopsy to see what if it's anything that would be concerning. So that was the only procedure I had in 2025. So we'll see what happens in 2026. I'm just excited that I didn't have anything the rest of the year. So that is a goal for me in 2026 to get more healthy. The last goal I had was to expand my business. Now, I want to say I tried very different things, a lot of different things. And at least in my mind, I wasn't able to do kind of what I wanted to do or um, I wasn't able to expand like I wanted. So I'm not giving up. That's a goal again for 2026. I uh, think that I will be able to have some success. So far, I found a bookstore that's going to carry the book, my third book, and I'll talk more about that later and be putting up stuff like, hey, it's in a physical bookstore. So I'm excited about that. One of the whistleblower organizations to which I am a member, they just did a social media tag talking about the books from the perspective of me being a whistleblower. I'll also like tag or post that a little bit later. Um, and I am be going to be able to be involved with some additional bookstores this upcoming year, or I should say book fairs. Um, both in the like nation capital area and possibly some in New York and Pennsylvania. So I'm like looking forward to that. So where I'll have more opportunities, but as they come along, I'll talk about those. So that's kind of where I was. And again, like I said, those are going to be the same goals for 2026. Um, and I think this year, what I'll try to do is um, maybe try to give an update once a month on where I am on each of these goals. Um, and saying like, yay, this is where I am, and really try to hold myself more accountable to making progress. But like I said, I was the one obstacle that I felt that was a really, really big obstacle was being in such a toxic environment. And now that that is gone, um, I think because I'm older, it has been taking my body much longer to kind of heal from that. Um, I'm still trying to heal, my body's still trying to heal from that. And what I've learned is that there are triggers. Um, and I might not necessarily recognize it, but my body will. So certain events or something might happen and it'll kind of be like a trigger and my body will react. I'll get like this extreme fatigue or my back will hurt or something else where I'm starting to pay more attention to those physical symptoms. And I was like, and make myself stop. And I was like, okay, there's something that's triggering this response, and address the issue. But we'll see, again in 2026, now that I'm aware of these things, um, where I will, maybe better handle them. And as far as getting involved, um, I'm now in the public education system, um, and it's a very, very interesting organization, a very interesting dynamic. It's just very interesting, and I'm going to be talking about that more. But I want to say now that's going to kind of be where a lot of my activism is. There are a lot of dedicated people, other than just the teachers, which, teachers deserve the respect and admiration that they get, but there are a lot of people that work behind the scenes that make a school run. And in my opinion, they're faceless. People don't know, but if they were not involved, the safety of the teachers, the safety of the students would be greatly compromised. And they have, like I said, no one knows about them. And in my opinion, just from some things that I've seen, their contributions are kind of taken for granted. And so in 2026, I want to share more of a light on what I see as some of the unsung heroes in the educational process. So that's, I want to say, the video for this week. Again, Happy New Year, everyone. Uh, 2025, I think, especially for me as a African American woman, as a former federal worker, was a very interesting time. I think there were things that were happening that people were surprised. I particularly wasn't, but um, I think what it has done is helped all these different communities to get a little bit of solidarity, and more appreciation for whether you agreed with previous administrations, whether they're Democratic or Republican, to kind of not take for granted some the things that we had before. And sometimes um, situations occur because people get too comfortable. They take for granted some of the rights and privileges that we have, and that sometimes people just need to be reminded of they're good situations. And I think 2025 was an eye opener for a lot of people. Um, but we'll see what brings 2026. I'll be here still fighting, talking about whistleblower rights, labor rights, social justice, and now advocating for those same things. Still keep doing what I was doing, but now also in the educational sphere. So that's the video again, video for this week. I will talk to you guys later.